Today, we're building a lead generation quiz like this in a couple of seconds using AI. So we'll be using a tool called Weavly. On their landing page, you can just provide a prompt and it will generate you your form. Of course, you can also just create your account first and dive into the product straight away, which is what we're going to do because I already have an account, obviously. So the idea here is that we're going to leave a prompt and we'll let Weavly build our lead generation quiz, set up all of the scoring and all of the outcome pages. So this is our example prompt. We're building a lead qualification quiz for a marketing agency, and the goal is to figure out whether people are ready to start for paid advertisement, right? So that's going to determine, is it a cold lead? Is it a hot lead? And then we also specify what we want to ask. Of course, we want to capture email and in which categories we want to classify our leads in. So hot, warm, and cold. So when we press generate form, Weavly is going to take that information and is going to essentially set up the entire thing for us. So it's going to create a different ending for each category of lead. It's going to create the questions that are asked up front to actually classify the leads, and then it's going to set up the scoring mechanism for us. So I'll let it run and then we'll walk you through the results and see how it behaves live and then tweak it afterwards. Okay, so this is essentially the setup. We have our discriminating or our scoring questions right here, right? Which is the marketing budget, the revenue, how soon are you looking to start with paid advertisement, and of course the email address. That's the important part of a leads generation quiz. And then we have an ending for each category of leads. So whether they're cold, warm, or hot. Maybe you don't want this. Maybe you want a single ending which just says thank you for reaching out. So I'll show you how to do that in a second. But if you want a different ending for each lead, that's built in automatically. So of course, this is all nice and well, but the cool thing is that in the settings, when you look at lead qualification, we've already set you up with the scoring and automatically grading your leads. So there's 3 outcomes and it determines which outcome is assigned, or like the brackets of scoring that are required for each outcome. And then for all of the questions that we have, it assigns a score to each answer for every question. So essentially you have something which works one shot out of the box. So let's try it out, see what it gives, and then we'll tweak it a bit. So when I hit the publish button, I get a URL that I can share with my respondents. Of course, if you want to integrate this into your website, you can also just generate the necessary embed code right here. Or of course, if you need a QR code, if you want to share it with socials, that's possible as well. So we're just going to fill this out. We'll just select values at random. We'll enter our email address right here and press submit. I forgot to answer this and press submit. So apparently we're a cold lead, so we're not ready for paid advertisement. So of course, this data comes into Weavly itself, so you can see all of the results that are given here with the total score of the lead and the actual outcome. But if you want that data in your CRM, there's integrations with HubSpot, there's integrations with Airtable, Salesforce, and Pipedrive's already in there as well. ActiveCampaign is coming soon, so you have a bunch of integrations that you can set up with, so you get that data in your CRM. Google Sheets if you're using that as a CRM as well, of course. Now, we have a page for each ending. Maybe you don't want that. I mean, maybe you don't want to tell your lead that they're warm or hot or cold. And there's a couple of ways around this. Either in the settings, you can just remove the specific outcomes. You'll have one outcome page and that's it. But if you still want to internally see whether somebody's cold, warm, or hot, you can just basically ask the AI to make all of the endings the same. So make all the ending texts the same regardless of outcome. Say thank you, and then blah, 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 right? So AI is smart enough normally to figure out what it needs to do. So thank you for completing the quiz. We appreciate you. Typical blah, blah, blah. And we have this now on each of our ending screens as well. So that's how you set this up if you want a single ending screen, which is sort of coherent across the different outcomes. And of course, you can just basically ask anything you want. So if you want to change the theme of your form, if you want to add additional questions, if you want to change the outcomes, all of this is available from within the AI interface, but you can also just do stuff manually. So if you want to change text, if you want to add specific questions, you can also do it manually. So this is in a couple of seconds, essentially how you go from an ID for a lead generation quiz to something which works with working questions, working scoring, outcomes, data that comes into Weavly, or potentially integrations if you need them. For free, you get unlimited responses and unlimited forms, only just a simple badge in the free tier. If you like these kind of videos and tutorials, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.